When this Goodwill store was closed because of the shutdown, piles of items were sitting here for days. In mid-March, all Goodwill retail stores and donation centers in the state were shut down, considered non-life sustaining. Then a health problem started.
Even though we asked people not to donate at that time because we had no one attending our centers, they were still bringing it and donating in front of the buildings, and thus creating a health issue.
Goodwill requested a waiver from the governor's office to reopen, but were denied. The store asked State Representative Chris Dush for help. He asked the governor for the waiver, and it was granted for Goodwill donation centers throughout the state.
Typically, they spend about $250,000 a year on landfill, and it would amount to about $500,000 in increased costs, well, another $250,000 just in all this stuff going to waste if it was sitting outside.
Ray Donati with Goodwill says the North Central region had to lay off 600 workers since the shutdown. Thanks to the waiver, Goodwill donation centers are back to their regular hours and are able to keep some staff employed. Donati says donors are emptying their belongings outside, and then a worker with a mask and gloves on brings the items into the facility.
When they're bringing them in boxes or plastic bags, and then they will remain untouched for at least 2 weeks before we even think about processing them.
Goodwill is asking donors to not make special trips to donation centers, but to only give when they're already going out to the grocery store or pharmacy. In Du Bois, David Kaplan, WTAJ News.